our Twiggs County family, is once again, we're here on Thunder on Thursday with our Cobra Talk. We're so excited that we have a couple of days in for our 2020-2021 school year. It's been a very trying time, but we have made it all the way down to Thursday. We're so excited. We've had a few hiccups, but through it all, we've made it thus far. So we're so excited today to just come to you to answer any questions that you might have thus far. We won't be here long today, but we're just here just to answer any questions that you might have on this afternoon. We do have a few technology updates, and we will turn it over to Mr. Basley for him to give you a few updates with our technology. And following Mr. Basley, we'll open it up for question and answer. And following that, we will be concluding. Mr. Basley.
Good evening, Twiggs County constituents. The first thing that I want to tell you is thank you for working with us as we distributed the Chromebooks. I know it was kind of trying, but we had to follow the process and make sure that everyone had one. Currently, we are still only giving one Chromebook per household. This is to ensure that each one of our households does have a chance to get a Chromebook. With that said, we did start a second distribution. That distribution started on yesterday afternoon. We're gonna do 3 days this week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you have not signed up and you still need a Chromebook, please visit our website and fill out the application. That process is very important so we can have a tracking mechanism. If you know anyone that cannot visit the website, please have them call the schools or the board office, and someone will help them fill out the application so that they can reserve their Chromebook. Secondly, I want to happily announce that on today, we received the final piece that we were waiting on for the hotspots. So right now, we're probably 1 day away from getting those configured. We couldn't turn them on until they were still, till that final piece was done. So tomorrow morning, we will begin to get those configured and ready for you. So right now, I would say a tentative date for the hotspots to begin to be dispersed is Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning at the latest. I know that a lot of you guys have been waiting on that. Kids can't log on, but we're working as hard as we can, as diligently as we can to get those out to you because we want to help each boy and girl be successful in Twiggs. Other than that, Mr. Dixon, I don't have anything. Ms. Jenkins, do you have anything to add for Jeffersonville Elementary? Looks like Mr. Dixon is frozen right now.
I would just like to say that we want to thank you, Mr. Bazzi, for working tirelessly to help get that process expedited. And I just want to share that at the school, we have so many amazing things going on. It is great to see the parents and the students and grandparents in the classes. I also want to say that families, we have heard your cry. Every time that there's an announcement that you don't know how to log on or you don't know how to get to Google Classroom.
Also, we want to let you know that we did have our first budget hearing. Well, we had our
Mr. Dixon, you can continue. You have a slight lag. Ms. Jenkins, we lost Mr. Dixon, so you can continue.
I was just going to add and share with our families that each time they've called to the school and once there was an issue or a concern, we immediately try to create videos. We want to send a special thanks to Ms. Sampson, our parent engagement coordinator, who was hearing us as we were trying to make sure that we get everything that you need. And so if you'll go to the website, you're going to see many, many videos that have been crafted by Ms. Sampson. One of them, just as of today, walked our kids how to log on. It walked you through what you should see at the end of that student ID number, what your password should be comprised of. And so anytime that you're looking for some updates or some information that's going to help you navigate and get through the system, just let us know. We want to make it easy for you. So go onto our website today. We have a new video that's there and available for you that'll help you and your kid log in and get to where they need to be for a live, engaging lesson in their Google Meets. and it's usually and always with their teacher. So I just want to let our families know that we are working, we hear you, and I know for sure the next week will be a much better week.
Mr. Harris, do you have anything that you want to say on behalf of the middle high school? Ms. Woodley, it doesn't look like Mr. Harris can hear us. Do you want to add anything from middle high school?
Sure. I would just like to say that we started the week off really, really good. We did have a few hiccups, but like Ms. Jenkins mentioned, if you call the school, we will get on top of whatever is going on with you. As far as dropping ads, since Dr. Foster is not here, she emailed the drop ad form. So if you check your email, you can go there and request a class change. It does not guarantee that your class is going to be changed, but she will look at it to see if it's something that needs to be done. Other than that, Mr. Basley, I'm good.
Mr. Bacon, would you like to add something for transportation and nutrition?
Yes, definitely. On behalf of the transportation and nutrition and maintenance, I would definitely like to say, thank all of those hardworking folks. We started off this week serving 400 students, ended off thus far with serving 600 of our students. So we're serving about 88% of the student body, and that's door to door. So I want to definitely shout out and thank those folks for the hard work that they're doing. And if you're missing a meal, haven't gotten a meal, would like a meal, please call and ask for Ms. Walker here at the central office, and we will get that to you. We're dedicated, Ms. Sandra Stanley and her staff, to making sure that every child in this district has a breakfast and a lunch, and we think we're doing that. We know that some parents have said that they don't want the meal, but if you could take the meal, that would make sure that we get to continue federal funding when your student gets back. So even though you don't want it now, you may want that meal later, and the funds may be cut later. So that will reduce, our ability to do so. But those folks are doing an outstanding job. We were able to cut our missed meals down to almost none and to serve almost all the students. So we're definitely happy about that. Coming up. So if you're missing a meal, want a meal, let us know. Or if your child is having to move from place to place to because you're working or something like that, let us know, and we will make arrangements to make sure that that meal follows that child. We have bus routes covering the county, so we will make sure that meal follows that child. So let us know. We're here to serve you, and we're here to make sure that your child and the student is as comfortable as possible. So thank you. That's all I have, Mr. Basley.
Ms. Reardon, would you like to add anything from the curriculum side?
I would just like to thank all the teachers and the staff and the administrators for all the hard work that they're doing and all the hours that they've put in to prepare solid lessons for our teachers, for our students, and to be there to meet the needs of our students and the parents, and Ms. Sampson for the work that she's doing to prepare the infomercials to help them out to get logged on and to answer some of their questions. The next piece that we will be adding will be the Edgenuity program, and Mr. Basley and I have one more meeting that we're aware of tomorrow, and as far as we know, that should be the last meeting and last piece put together with the puzzle to get it up and running by next week. That's what our expectation is.
Okay, it looks like we have Mr. Dixon back now. Mr. Dixon, I went to each principal and assistant principal to ask about any updates from the school. Mr. Bacon gave updates on transportation and nutrition, and Ms. Reardon just finished up with curriculum.
Mr. Basley, Mr. Dixon?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I share the updates about pre-K? Our pre-K director is here. Mr. Wiltshire, do you want me to speak on your behalf?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we've had a wonderful experience with our pre-K students. I don't know if you've had a chance to, but if you're interested in being a part of our pre-K program, it is virtual, but our students are engaging. They are meeting the needs of those students and those families, and we still have room for your pre-K student if you're interested in joining us in this learning experience. So please, 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 if you have a 4-year-old who is out there, who is at home with you, let's not miss any learning moments. If you will, just call us at the school. We'll get you registered, and you will be in for a dynamic program that's happening with our 2 pre-K teachers. So I just want to let the families know that we are still enrolling pre-K students.
Okay, it looks like we lost Mr. Dixon again. Does anyone have anything else they would like to add before we go to questions? Mr. Dixon, do you have anything else you would like to add?
I would just like to say thank you to the administration and to the staff and to the parents for your cooperation. To the board for extending all of the olive branches that they have extended to the scholars and to the staff to make sure that we have a great e-learning opportunity. And it's just been a very blessing that we are able to do the things that we've been able to do to make sure that our scholars are afforded the same opportunities that other students are afforded across this great state of Georgia. I would also like to say that we had an opportunity to approve the tax digest, and that for once again, we are not 16.6. We have been good stewards of the tax dollars of Twiggs County. We've learned to do more with less, and so we're excited about that. While we increase our fund balance, we're still taking care of the needs of our Twiggs County scholars. And doing more with less means we're addressing our technology needs, our instructional needs. We're taking care of getting the buses that we need. Our students are riding first class, and so we're able to do those things while yet not increasing the millage rate. And so we are so fortunate to have a board that are been good stewards and keeping us forward thinking and moving forward. Thank you for all that you do to our technology department as well, to our custodial staff, to our maintenance staff, to all of those that work behind the scenes, to our nutrition staff that every day ensures that our students have a balanced meal. Thank you.
I have a question.
Okay, we'll get to you right in a minute. Give me 1 second, ma'am. Okay, constituents, you can look above in your banner right now. You will see a message that says you can leave messages in the chat box, and there's a number for you to call in if you have anything to say, and you can't reach Facebook right now. If you can go ahead and do that, we'll be happy to answer those questions. It looks like we have a caller ending in 84. Caller, could you tell us your name and ask your question?
This is Tiffany Towns, and I've heard several times the high school teachers, tell my kids, if you're not on time, you get marked absent. I have 3 kids and 1 computer. I don't think that's fair. I have 2 in high school and 1 in kindergarten.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we will give Mr. Harris an opportunity or Ms. Woodley an opportunity to respond. I think they might be marked tardy but not absent, but we'll give them an opportunity to respond to that.
I still don't think that's fair for people who have multiple children.
Yes, ma'am. But let me have them respond to that.
Can y'all hear me? Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Y'all can hear
Yes,
me?
sir.
This is Mr. Harris. I will speak with the teachers about that. We are trying to keep it as normal as possible to a normal school day. However, As far as them being marked absent, that is not how the protocol was supposed to be going. So I will speak with teachers about that, because we are in the process of thinking of other ways to make it available when you do have more than one child trying to get on one device. But as far as them being counted absent, I will speak with teachers about that, because that is not how it's supposed to be relayed. So I will look out for that.
Right, because I don't want my kids to be marked absent when I know they're there, and I have two trying to share a computer, one trying to do her kindergarten work, and I'm working on trying to buy a Chromebook myself for the other child. That way, they're not marked absent.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
will address that, Ms. Ann.
We will address it. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we have a question from Facebook. Well, we have a statement from Facebook starting. Ms. Rhonda Height says, I didn't have any hiccups with logging on. I want to thank you all for your guidance. Ms. LaCondra Nesbitt says, how will hotspots work? Ms. Nesbitt, I'm going to try to answer your question for what I think it is. Firstly, we'll have another distribution. There are Verizon hotspots. We'll have another distribution. You will receive a call when they're ready to go. Those hotspots will act just as an internet source for you. Basically, all you'll do is get the Chromebook or your home device connected to the hotspot, and then you'll have internet. Now, remember that hotspot is being content filtered. So people in the household that try to use it, they may not get to what they're trying to get to. Those hotspots are designed specifically for student use for Twiggs County. We're going to make sure we block anything that's not websites that we use, any links that we use. So things like Google Classroom, YouTube, Ingenuity would pretty much be the only things that they can get to based on the lessons that the teacher is taught. So parents and guardians, you may see that issue where you try to log on to something and you can't get it. Please don't call us. Please know ahead of time that those things are being blocked as per federal regulations for giving internet to students at home. Okay, we have another
question. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
The hotspot off.
Say that again, sir.
Mr. Bassett, am I correct? These hotspots are for people that have no connectivity first, right?
Correct. We did an application process 2 weeks ago to figure out the numbers that we needed to order. So those hotspots are limited. If you went on and put in the application, yours has been reserved. Other than that, we will have to go back to the drawing board if there are other people out there. That's why I want to stress to the constituents and stakeholders and parents and guardians, please, when you get those phone calls, when you get those emails, when you get those letters in the mail, please read them and send them back. It is imperative. We are on a budget crunch. We're buying things and ordering things based on the numbers that tell us that there's a need. We understand that sometimes you miss things, you misread things. Please pay attention and get those things in. Like Mr. Dixon said, those are limited quantities. They are pretty much already spoken for. Those of you who signed up for the application know that we have those names, and you guys will be receiving that call shortly. Okay, we have another comment from Ms. Stephanie Rockmore. I want to thank the teachers for helping us parents and being patient with us. Okay, we have a statement from Ms. Esseline Mallory. For the last 4 days, I have been listening all day with my 3 grands, and the teachers are doing a wonderful job. Hats off to you.
Thank you, Ms. Mallory.
Miss Sheila Baker Stevens, she says, you guys are doing awesome. Everyone has been very responsive and patient. I appreciate you guys. Miss Tanya Thompson, she says, I have 3 children with no internet and have not started in their class. I have called school and was told that Verizon has not sent them yet. Therefore, my children have not started school. Also, I only have 1 Chromebook.
Okay.
Ms. Thompson, again, those hotspots are in. We're getting those configured. As soon as we have them finished, you'll get that call if you signed up. That's if you signed up. We will give you that call, and we're ready for the kids to engage with the teachers and learn just as you are. We're working as hard and as fast as we can. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else. If you guys could get those questions in, we'll answer them for you. I'm about to check another page, Mr. Dixon. Give me 1 second. I'm not seeing any other questions. You guys, if you have any questions, please put those in.
Well, Mr. Bassett, we want to thank everyone for coming out this afternoon. We thank everyone for being responsive to our emails, being responsive to our robocalls, being responsive to those messages that we're sending out. And the only way that we can help you is that you let us know that you need the help and respond to the methods that we're sending out the messages. Thank you for what you do. Thank you, teachers, for what you're doing. And together, we can conquer this crisis. Once again, administrative staff, thank you. And please join me for a brief administrative meeting following this dismissal. Thank you, Mr. Basley. We will end at this time.